Hello everyone, this is Pixel Blaz. Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be more of a test. Um, so this is an old model I have. I separated the head from the body. It's a Venom, a comic book character. Um, when I sculpted it, I sculpted uh, in separate parts. You know, the arms from the torso and the head separate as well. Um, that way I have more detail and then more easy to pose at the time. This is an older model, like probably last year, I believe. Um, I sculpted for like a 3D print. It came out good, but it was some things to figure out. It was a little tedious, or it was tedious. Um, but you can see the mesh on it using voxel. Um, it's very dense in some spots. It looks very if you saw it on the side, it looked very like there's marble, no type of flow to it. Excuse me. Um, so my theory is if I did a repolish, you can see that that's the remove all the teeth in the tongue just to make it more easier for this test I'm gonna do. Um, and here I'm transporting it to or importing it into CozyBlanket. It's a nice app. It's just basically made for um, topology flow, redoing everything on top of your older model. Um, and you can see I've I've got the press record in the beginning, so you can see how far I got to it. But it's fairly easy. It got some really nice tools into it, really powerful. Um, basically for a little small device like the iPad. I believe it's only for the iPad. Um, because it's really neat. I have a symmetry on. And for that, I would say make sure to check your symmetry lines to make sure it's all close together. Otherwise, when you import it back to Nomad, um, you could have some gaps in there, some openings in the middle. So you want to make sure and double check that area. But it's fairly by no means I'm not pro at it. I'm still learning and getting used to it. Um, it's almost like a puzzle. It's fun, I believe. But also at the same time tedious. It is some areas that's a little difficult to figure out. But I figure out how to use it, how to basically put it together like a puzzle. Um, I did go over the eyes. Um, you'll see it a little later. But I basically should have just covered the eyes before I imported into CozyBlanket. Because afterwards, with the new one, I basically sculpted more new eyes. Or I could have made the flow follow the more edge loops around the eyes. So you could, the new model would have the eyes done already. But you see me going around the mouth or into the mouth now. Never got to smooth out some areas before I import it. But it wouldn't matter because it won't show up on the new model. Now if he was doing more high detail of the new polygons, then it will show up. But I'm making it low as possible for this test. Um, and for this test, is mainly see how much more polygon counts I can get into it. Because when I first initially did the older model, I lost some details when I put everything together. And when I try to voxel match to a higher number, it'll crash. And I like to put much as detail as much as I can. And it's pretty powerful as far as an app for iPad. I'm almost done, I believe. Um, well, the cool thing about the tools in this app, it shows a little animation demonstration of it. If you click on it, especially if you go into the menu of it, of the tools, which is really good. So if he, if the person comes up with more tools with the app, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have more animation for each new tool, which is really good, really cool. And we're back in Nomad. This is the older model without the teeth and tongue. Right now, I'm just showing the area when I noticed that I started to lose or things got more pixelated when I sculpt towards the back of the head. I noticed it's a little more denser in the front and in the middle where I could have got more details. Um, but I'm just adding on sculpting on top of it just to show a little demonstration of it, how much how far I can go into it. Um, but like I said, when I try to get more poly counts, foxing it again, it wouldn't allow it. It'll crash. So I was stuck with like less details of I want to sculpt. You kind of saw it in that little area where I'm working on. It started to get a little more pixelated as I sculpt on top of it. Um, and I really want to do a lot of details on there. This is the new topology model we did in CozyBlanket. Um, now I'm showing it. And then I divided it multiple times, probably 4 or 5 times, I believe I did. Um, just naming it to make it more easier. You'll see a little later when I made a mistake. I had both the older and the new model on top of each other. And I noticed it too late and I made some little problem areas. But, undo, fix all. You can see me working on the eyes as well. I believe this is the new model. Well, I've already cut that part out. But you can see me working on more details. I lost some other details because I didn't um, model around the older ones as far as every detail that was already on there. But like I said, I just basically wanted to do a test, so just to see how much um, details I get and more polygons like I have on this new flow of low poly. And another thing actually with that is having the multi-res instead of voxel, that at the lower um, model, when you go back and forth from the high to the low, it's more easier to pose the lower model. So that's a major advantage of that as well. Um, I think it just gives it more options as far as how you want to sculpt characters, I believe, or model characters. Because I like to, for me, it's easier to T pose the model and sculpt some basic shapes, just the bulky areas, and then pose and then do the finer details. But I think this would be more helpful. You can see I got more smoother details in uh, around the eyes and just trying to see and show. Um, it probably works. I think it works. It looks totally different from the older one, so I'm just sculpting whatever in there. I'm using the clay, the flatten brush, um, the inflate as well, um, and the crease brush as well. And we're back. Um, I brought the old model that's on the top just to show you the comparison of the two. There's some little areas, basic shape of I could tweak as far as using the move tool. A little wider on the top of the head. You can see the difference. You can see the polygons. That's the low polygon, and then the voxel mesh on the older model. You can see up there. Um, yeah, I think this works. And right here, I post the difference between the numbers between the two. The voxel has 680K, and the lower one is 3.4 million polygons. But you notice as well, the voxel have a lot of triangles as well as where this one doesn't. You just basically because I really do apologize uh, the flow of it on my own. And I believe that's the advantage right there. So you could get more evenly distributed polygons. and actually push it more as far as with the details, I believe, um, which I think will work really well. I'm doing a model right now I'm working on to see to do a full body character. Um, you saw put it up to a higher resolution than you saw with the wires. But I think this is going to work out very well. As far as the start of like a character, just sculpt basic at a low poly, not too low, but nice even where you could get more the basic shape of the character, and then bring it to CozyBlanket or anything like that. If you have any programs like Blender, um, but then do the model on top of it, bring it back into Nomad, and use the multi-res for the higher vision on the model and sculpt a lot more details on the character. And I believe that's going to work. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm working on the model right now. After I bring it back into the new model back into the Nomad, then I'll be able to pose it because I will model where I could, have basic movements and as far as moving the legs and the arms in that area. But yeah, let me know down in the comments. See if you'll try this out. Um, see if it works or anything like that. Um, give this video likes and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.